And welcome to Ron Paul FLIX Daily News for April 19, 2012. I'm your host, Israel Anderson. So we still have a money bomb going on, and we still need to raise a little bit for here. We've just gone over halfway, so we do need to get that up a whole lot more, though. I'm crying. We really need to get this up. We need to hit $2.5 million, and I'm going to bug you again at the end of the show as well, but you know that, right? The Transportation Sexual Assault Agency is in the news today, but thank you, Rand Paul. Rand Paul is doing a whole lot to try. I mean, what can you do as a newbie senator? But he's doing all he can and speaking out against it and trying to vote against bills. Well, not trying to, voting against bills and doing all kinds of things like that he can to get rid of the TSA. Rand seems to be very, very passionate about getting rid of the TSA, and you can see why from this next shot. This poor guy, I don't even want to tell you what his name is. You're going to go Google him, but this guy, he was selected for a random pat-down. He decided to make it just a whole lot easier. He stripped off totally naked. He eventually got arrested and charged with 2 offenses. Poor guy. I don't think it's the first time somebody has stripped naked at a TSA security line. But that's what it is. It's when any creature of Congress is just making a mess of our freedoms. Poor guy. So talking about Congress and what they're doing, I'm introducing a new section on this show called What's Going On in Congress. I did think of calling it this instead, how our freedoms are being eroded, but since they're synonymous anyway, we'll just stick to the other. So what is Congress doing? Let's look at this bill, Senate Bill 1813. This whopper is 1,676 pages long. I thought it was 1776 for a second and got all excited, but no. And it's called Moving Ahead for Progress in the 21st Century Act, or MAP 21. Now, this is a transportation bill. But as always, they sneak interesting things in. Who's read 1,676 pages? It's absolutely absurd. They want to put black box data recorders in all vehicles from 2015. It's just a few years away. This is real. Just like they have in the plane, they want to put it in your car, and they say they're not going to track you. Yeah, sure, whatever you say. And they also want to be able to. The IRS wants permission. The IRS is getting kind of odd, that they just got their own SWAT team as part of Obamacare. It's quite interesting. But they now want to be able to cancel your passport if they feel that there's no due diligence here at all. There's no going before a court. There's no warrant. There's nothing like that. The IRS is going to have, if this bill passes, permission to simply revoke your passport. Turn up at the airport, hand over your passport. Sorry, madam, you can't fly today. You owe money on your taxes. Wow. Okay, this is real. So this is why I'm introducing this section, What's Going On in Congress. So we can kind of track what they are doing, what they're up to, and we can act on it. The bill has already passed the Senate. Of course, Rand Paul voted against it. Thank God for that. Here is where you can read the bill in its entirety if you have a spare few weeks. 1,676 pages. Absolutely ridiculous. But we need to call our Congress critters and get them to strike these 2 parts of the bill. There's no way we're going to get them to strike the whole bill down. The bill is going to pass, no doubt about that. So we need to contact our Congress critters and get them to strike those 2 parts of the bill. No black boxes in our cars, and no right for the IRS to cancel our passports just because we owe some back taxes. That's absolutely unacceptable. If you've never contacted your Congress critter, you can do so at contactingthecongress.org. And they have a great website. It's not mine. It's a great website where you can go there and just punch in your state and you'll get all of your state reps and everything. It's really, really cool. So some bad news. The US credit rating is downgraded. And it happened last night, so that's why you haven't heard about it. No, actually, this happened a little while ago. This happened back on April 5th, and you haven't heard about it because they don't want you to know about it. But Egan-Jones, who is an incredibly reputable ratings agency, in July, just 9 months ago, dropped it from AAA to AA+, and then Standard & Poor's followed and did the same. And now, on April 5th, they've reduced it from AA+ to AA. So in 9 months, we've gone from a AAA credit rating to a AA credit rating. This is absolutely serious. Now, they have provided this on a basic summary of why they have reduced the credit rating. I'm not going to read all this to you. I put this up there in the hope that you can just pause the video and read it. I'm not sure if that will even work, but we'll find out. Another new section on the show is the picture of the day. When I'm browsing all over Facebook and so forth, you get all of these very, very interesting pictures and memes and all kinds of things. You know, Willy Wonka is having his 15 minutes of fame right now. You've seen all those, right? So I found this, and I just had to bring it to you. It's kind of ironic. You know, the media got so upset about Romney here in his little car transporting his dog on a carrier on top of the vehicle, which is what it was designed to do. I don't understand why there was any issue about that. I don't even understand why some of the Ron Paul people started attacking Romney over this. They're designed to carry dogs. This is completely, you know, normal. This is what it's supposed to do. But there's something really strange as well. Obama, 17 years ago, in his book Dreams from My Father, when he was a child, he explained in the book, when he was a child, he ate dog, not dog food, fried dog. Gosh, I love my dogs fried. So here he is in his presidential limo, and his dog is thinking Romney's dog is quite lucky to be stuck up there because he knows what his fate is, although it's kind of ridiculous. But I just thought it was funny. And I'm going to bring a new one to you each day. It's kind of interesting. So, talking about Mitt Romney. Is Mitt Romney going to face felony charges? Well, no. Mitt Romney's a millionaire. Of course he's not going to face felony charges. What are we talking about? But he did commit a felony, though, and that's a very different story. So here is Mitt Romney. He's at Cousin Subs, and he's handing over here a couple of sub sandwiches to this mother and her two kids. And on the video, which I haven't queued up here, I've just got a still frame, he is telling them or asking them to vote for him. You're not allowed to do it. It's a felony. So, but of course nothing is going to happen because it's Mitt Romney and he's got millions of dollars, and I'm sure his attorneys will get him out of that, no problem at all. But again, talking about Mitt Romney, Santorum made a bit of a boo-boo today when he published, or was this yesterday? Sorry, it was yesterday, when he published something in a newspaper, and he also sent out all these mailings attacking Mitt Romney. Well, Santorum has dropped out of the race, but it looks like he forgot to unschedule something that he had previously scheduled. So this is what he had to say about Rick Santorum. Sorry, what Rick Santorum had to say about Mitt Romney. It truly frightens me to think what will happen if Mitt Romney is the nominee. Well, we know what will happen. Romney is not going to beat Obama. The Democrats are going to eat Romney for breakfast. He then went on to say this, which is totally true. Republicans and conservatives will be crippled by a nominee who presents zero contrast with Barack Obama on the major issues of this election. And he's dead right. And that's exactly why Mitt Romney cannot win an election against Barack Obama, which is exactly why we need to keep in this fight trying to get Ron Paul the nomination. Some of you have said the chances of Ron Paul winning this are so slim, it's ridiculous, it's time to accept our fate. You know, I'm not a realist. I'm not an optimist. I am a realist. And when I look at the figures and I see what's going on, the delegate strategy that we've had from day one is working. You know, I don't know what I can do to convince you, but this fight is so far from over, it's not funny. As I said in a couple of shows ago, we may end up going to the convention and winning on the first round. Don't be surprised if that happens. Or be pleasantly surprised. So, there's another debate coming up, and it's an independent group. They're trying to put a debate together. I believe Ron Paul and Newt Gingrich have already said they will come. Romney has not agreed yet, as far as I know. And they've got this petition where they're asking for your name and your email address and your real address, and obviously they're going to spam you with stuff. Sorry, but they probably are, right? So maybe you just want to put some fake information in there. But get along here. Here's the URL, tinyurl.com/maydebate. And if they get enough signatures, they say they'll run the debate. Well, I guess that also depends on whether Mitt Romney will turn up. I would love to see, as I said before, a Lincoln-style debate between Ron Paul and Romney. Someone suggested a debate between Ron Paul, Romney, and Obama. Nah, let's just get Romney out of the picture first, because a Lincoln-style debate between Ron Paul and Romney, people are going to walk away from that realizing the mistake they've made in supporting Mitt Romney all along. It's quite ridiculous. RonPaulVolunteer.com. Now, this is a really important site. We've already had thousands of people sign up. It's really terrific. But what is RonPaulVolunteer.com? This is my effort to create a third-party campaign that is completely separate from the official campaign. Ron Paul may not run third-party, and he may. But the thing is, on the day that he announces, if he announces that he's going to run third party, we do not have time to get organized. We have to already be organized. And if we are not organized for that third party run already, he has no hope of winning. We have to be organized and ready now. And so that is what RonPaulVolunteer.com is all about. One of the downsides with having an official campaign like they have now is they are not allowed to coordinate with the grassroots. So I am not allowed to call up the campaign and get information from them. I can't find out what they're doing. I mean, except as a member of the press, I could do that. But there is no cozy relationship between I and the Ron Paul campaign. And in fact, as soon as I started getting more popular with Ron Paul FLIX, the doors were shut and I can't get access to anybody. It's quite amazing. Now, Doug Weed is an exception, but the campaign provides Doug Weed to me as a member of the press, and so I get to interview him and bring him to you. That's great. But for all intents and purposes, they can't associate with the grassroots. Having a grassroots created campaign gets around that barrier. You can't not associate with the grassroots because we are the grassroots. We're not going to be an official campaign. We're going to be a resource that will be able to replicate a lot of the same things the campaign can do, but also pick up bits where they're just not able to do it. So we are able to coordinate with the grassroots all over the country and do some really exciting things where the official campaign can't. So please get up here and sign up. This is so important. Even if it never gets used for any real purpose, okay, fine. But we need to be ready just in case he does run third party. So that is Ron Paul Volunteer. I'm looking for an intern. If you have experience in OS 10, some video editing skills, or you're just very interested in video editing, go to the Ron Paul FLIX Facebook page and you will see some information there about what we're looking for and how to apply to be an intern for the summer here. What else have we got? That's the end of our show. So please subscribe, favorite, thumbs up, comment, and share this video wherever you can. Really appreciate that very much. You can follow us on Twitter and on Facebook, and you can financially support us here. But before you do that, please get along to the official campaign site, ronpaul2012.com, and get this up. Come on. We can do at least $2 million, I'm sure. $1.367 million. We need to do better than that. I think it was 1.32 yesterday. So we've only gone up about $30,000. I know we're all kind of tapped out, but beg, borrow, steal, whatever you need to do. Knock on your neighbor's doors, ask them to give $10 to the Ron Paul campaign. It'll make a really big difference. It really will. So, and those of you who are watching this, you have a little more power and influence than most other people. Get onto Facebook and go onto Ron Paul's Facebook page and encourage them. Share your own personal story of why you support Ron Paul and encourage them to get behind this effort. We are not over, we are not done, we're in this race and we can still walk away with the nomination. That's our show for today. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.